I've been thinking quite a lot about the power of belief. And a long time ago, I started reading books by Bruce Lipton. The first one I came across was called The Biology of Belief, and it talks about what you believe is what your life experience is. So, with that in mind, I want to talk about fear, because fear is the root of our anxieties and our concerns, and it can immobilize us, it can stop us from progressing in life, it can stop us from trying something new or taking a risk or saying what we really feel. But it's not helpful if you let fear dominate what you say or do, because it's not your authentic self. And when you look at it from a neurological point of view, if you understand how the brain works, so the front part of the brain is the thinking part of the brain, and the back part of the brain is the fight or flight part of the brain. That's it in the simplistic terms. And if you are operating from fear or anxiety, then the back part of your brain is on high alert. And when the back part of your brain is on high alert, there is no action in the front part of your brain. It shuts down. You cannot think. That's why you become immobilized. You can't come up with rational decision processes, because all you can do is rely on what your amygdala, your fight or flight part of your brain, gives to you. And what that gives to you is based on previous experiences, which may not reflect the experience that you're having now. And yet your unconscious mind doesn't really know that, and therefore the brain doesn't know that, so the brain kicks in with the old pattern of behaviour, which is to save you and rescue you from a perceived threat. So you can see how, if you're afraid, that becomes a perpetual problem, and that's how anxiety becomes a disorder. But furthermore, in the circumstances that we're living in, where there's fear all around everywhere, and all the numbers and the news and the press articles are all about how many people are dying, and not celebrating those that are surviving and giving them front of cover stories, but focusing on the statistics and what the government has done wrong and how we've been failed and so on and so forth. These are all fear-based ideas, and they're all fear-driven ideas, and they ultimately keep us stuck where we are and stop us from moving forward. And so I want to urge you to think carefully about the thoughts that are going around in your head. I want you to notice them, give them your attention, and establish for yourself as an objective observer, are these fear-based thoughts, or are these peace and serenity-based thoughts? Do they have rationale, or are they driven by unconscious processes? And try to bring yourself back to the forward part of your brain, the thinking part of your brain, so that you can make conscious decisions and process ideas. And if you notice negative or fear-based thoughts creeping in, you have the awareness to stop them in their tracks, and to create a reset, and to say to yourself, in this moment, I am safe. In this moment, no harm is coming to me. Assuming that in this moment that's true for you. If it isn't, I advise you to take action to make yourself feel safe, whatever that might be. And I know that that's not always easy, and I know it's not always easy to turn off the negative fear-based thoughts and to retrace them and turn them into a reframed positive survival, optimism, hopeful, healing, loving, love-based concept or thought. So that's the message for today. In the process of being stuck at home in your stay-at-home position with the difficulties that you're facing, notice when the thoughts are becoming fear-based and switch them off, reframe them, and just take a few minutes to notice the things that you're grateful for, the things that you do have power and control over, and the future you want for yourself. And when you know what the future you want for yourself is, you can start to create it by imagining it, visualizing it, thinking it. And this is going to keep you future looking in a positive way, not future looking in a fear-based way. And in the process of this, be kind to yourself and to people around you. Have a code word maybe that you can use to point out to somebody if they are focusing on a negative, immobilizing thought, so that it's done kindly and with love. And if you notice yourself doing it as well, don't be negative to yourself, don't put yourself down, but just do a reset, and therefore be patient with yourselves at the same time. And so that's my message for today. Do away with the fear-based thinking and replace it with positive, optimistic, fearless thinking, and focus on the things that you can do, and be kind and be patient to yourselves and everyone.